So just to talk about your entry into golf, then, obviously you've played since you were 7. Um, do your parents play golf? How did you get into golf originally?
Well, at the moment, my uncle's the only one that plays golf in my family.
Okay.
So I think when I was 5, I went to his house one day and did some putting, but I still played football at that time and forgot about golf. But when I started, my dad then played with me, thinking, oh, Logan's just going to play golf as a side sport to football.
Yeah.
So we went to the range together. Me and my dad hit some shots, and then when I went to my first tournament, he gave up. Started. He gave up. Well,
Yeah.
He did a couple of shots now and then, but doesn't do anymore. Just me and my uncle. My uncle's a bit of a bandit though. Plays off 23.
He's probably a good person to have on your team then.
Yeah. My dad's constantly comes to lessons, so he knows about the technical side of golf, helps with my swing. Yeah. But my uncle is more the person who knows what happens on the course, so he's more, he was my caddy for some tournaments.
Yeah.
He helps me to calm down and stuff like that when I hit a bad shot. So it's two really good parts of my, two really good family members to have on the golfing side.
Yeah, no, that's really good, because I think that if you look at any successful sportsman, I think this is what, when we were, again, just referring to the conversation we had with Norman Marshall last week, where he was talking about one of his junior golfers, who's a junior world champion up until a couple of weeks ago. And there's a very interesting relationship between the coach and the dad versus the coach and the player. And it's almost like it's that team environment. So, you know, one person might be not necessarily as technical, but can provide support in one area. Whereas when it comes to the fundamentals of, you know, why did you hit a bad shot, or how to sort of harness and hone your swing, it's again just using somebody else as a different outlet. But fundamentally, all of those things together contribute to somebody being successful. Because it's important. I think one of the things that you've spoken about is that, you know, there's a massive element that goes from the technical side, but it sounds like that you're very familiar with the importance of a sound mental approach as well in your game. Is that a particular area that you find that you work on? And if so, what tips would you give to somebody that's trying to improve, shoot lower scores, and help improve their own game?
I think mentally, golf is all about your head and how you think. Because normally, when I was younger, I would shoot 7 on the hole, let's say.
Yeah.
And that's a little bogey, perhaps. I would think that's an awful score, then try and force a good score, leading to another bad score.
Yeah.
So my head's all gone, making my round worse. If you ever have a bad hole, just need to forget about it and play every hole as if it's hole 1.
Yeah.
You never ever give up in golf. You could start off with triple and still end up 3 over par.
Yeah.
It's golf. But if you're starting, I would just say never give up. Golf is one of the toughest sports out there. If it was easy, everyone would be playing it. Exactly. Just keep your head down, keep working, and never give up.
Brilliant. No, I mean, that's pretty good advice. Something I think that, again, as a parent, you know, with playing with Isaac, it can sometimes be a challenge. In the respect that, like, we played a couple of days, 3 days ago on a new course where he's just joined, and he was absolutely fantastic. Really, really proud of him. And then the next day, something wasn't quite right. And, you know, one of the things that I'm really trying to enforce is just the importance of the next shot. You know, whatever has happened has happened. The ball is where it is. let's work out a solution as to how to get out of it. And I think that sounds quite simple to process, but again, when you're working with, you know, with somebody so young, it can sometimes be, you know, quite difficult to absorb when they know what they've done. And I think that's something that I'm working with on a sort of a parent and son relationship with Isaac. So it sounds like you've got a really good foundation so far in terms of your understanding of the importance of quality practice, the way that you practice, your mindset as well.